Okay, minimum viable company exercise, cost cutting. So this is the toughest one. This is cost cutting, and cost cutting is probably the most important thing to do. First, cost cut, then do everything else. So I always approach cost cutting using the minimum viable company exercise, which is it's just basically something I made up. But this is an example of a SaaS business, and this applies equally to all non-software businesses as well. We're going to walk through the minimum viable company exercise. So now, minimum viable company. So basically, just lay out your financials on one side and then lay out your minimum viable company on the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk through your revenue and you're going to paint a scenario that's bad that you think your business could end up in a downside scenario. And then you're going to work through all of your costs and try to take your business from burning money to making money. So let's say our gross revenue minus your refunds and discounts is 279. And so we're saying that we think in a really bad scenario, our revenue might go to 175 per month. And so how are we responding? Okay, we are going to change our refund and discount policy so that we give fewer discounts and refunds, and that will recoup some of our revenue drop, about 14,000. And then we're going to have $168,000 of revenue, and we need to make a profit from that. So let's say today we have a support team that costs $24,000 a month. We have all this enterprise software, merchant services, which again, you can't really negotiate there, and you have $243,000 of gross profit a month. So in this downside scenario, let's say we have to let go of a bunch of the customer support team. We cut a bunch of our software, merchant services. Obviously, we can't negotiate on. So you need to figure out, if you are the leanest company possible with the tiniest team possible, what is your minimum viable everything where the company can still exist? Because if you can't raise any money, then you can't rely on other people's money to make it. So sales and marketing, ad spend. So let's say we're spending $95,000 a month on ad spend. So we cut a lot of our spend. We cut our brand spend. We cut the lowest proven ROI channels, and we take our ad spend down to 30K. PR, we cut it. We're doing that with a lot of brands right now. Influencers, let's say we cut them. Influencers can actually be pretty effective, but you want to make sure that if you're not getting an ROI out of your influencers, you're not spending money anywhere that you're not getting an ROI anywhere in your business. Consultants, let's say we cut some of our consultants, and for the rest, we tell them, look, we're going into a downturn and we need you to charge us 50% less. We renegotiate all the fees. So now we took our total marketing from $131,000 a month to $38,000. So we're really trying to cut to the bone here, and general and admin. And so again, we're trying to figure out, what does our minimum viable company look like. So let's say we can cut, we basically can cut 45% of the team and still have a functioning company for $168,000 of net revenue per month. Consultants, same thing, legal, software, travel and entertainment. So this brings down our general and administration operating expenses a lot. Our OpEx goes from 285 to 117. We go from losing 41,000 a month to making 36,000 a month. So my advice would be to cut to the bone, cut very, very aggressively if we're going into a downturn. If you're watching this in the video in the future and we're not sort of going into a bad economic situation, you want to keep your business lean at all times. And so running a business, doing all of these things in the good times is just going to make you even stronger. But in the bad times, it's good to cut very aggressively. If you don't cut enough, you might have to cut twice, and that is very, very disruptive to the company. It's better to cut very aggressively, and if your company outperforms, then you can sometimes hire some people back or hire new people. It's not painful to hire people back. It's very painful to do 2 layoffs in a year. And so cut very aggressively, make sure that your company is in control of its own destiny by making its own money.